All right, today we have the Chromatic from Mod Retro. I've been aware of this for a while now. Obviously, Casey Neistat's their ambassador. I've been really into retro handhelds lately. A lot of people have. Obviously, it's a big thing. And so I've been aware of these guys for a while, but I'm very thankful to Ben Farmer, my editor here and good buddy. He actually was going to buy one of these and a friend bought one for him and he was like, well, I'll just pass it along. So he bought this and sent it my way. Maybe an early birthday present. Thank you so much, Ben. I'm really excited to get in here. I picked the gray color. Ben sent me a game and the case as well. So special thanks to Ben. Yeah, I just want to do like a bit of a first impression, maybe load up Tetris, maybe load in this In the Dark 2 game that I think is made by Chromatic or Mod Retro, the team there. I'm not entirely sure. No, Parasitic Games. I'm not sure, but they're basically making new Game Boy Color games. People are, or whoever partners with Mod Retro. So I'm pumped. If you've never heard of them before, it's basically a brand new Game Boy Color. We'll get into all of that. All right, so let's check out the case here. First, water resistant protection, drop protection, scratch resistant, extra storage space for one additional game. That's pretty neat. And then it comes with a little tag, whatever you want to call it, which I think you can connect on to like maybe the top of the console there, which is cool. All right, let's check it out. Nice and padded, conforms to the buttons here, as you can see. And then I think, yeah, this is the little space for an extra game. You can have one in the actual game console itself, and then you can have one loaded up there, which is pretty neat. Let's move that off to the side. I will probably check this out here in a second, but here's the game, In the Dark 2, which a devastating virus threatens to cripple the Galactic Federation chief neural core. So, okay, come find me, Pan. Federation persists. So I'm excited to maybe boot that up. Let's move that to the side and let's actually look at the console here. Very, colorful, very nostalgic what they have going on here. This looks like a piece of notebook paper with a bunch of drawings on it. Really laying into like the nostalgic memory being in school, maybe having one of these, Game Boy Color in your book bag kind of thing to play after school with your friends. But I love this. Let's check it out. My first intro into this company, and that's continued here too, which is cool. Math quiz Friday, I'd rather be playing Chromatic. All right, so you can update your firmware using this QR code here, but let's check out the device itself. I went for the gray just because I'm boring and I love minimalist looking stuff. They have some really fantastic colors, whites, yellows, I think green, and they're all like these kind of brightish colors, which you can definitely check out at the link below. I'll leave it below. Again, I'm not working with Mod Retro on this, though I'd love to. Pop open the back here and it actually takes AA batteries, which is kind of neat. This feels so solid. That's the first thing I'll say, even though it's plastic. Or is it plastic? Is this metal? Yeah, that looks good. You got a single down firing speaker, USB-C. I think you can charge it, ? I'll have to look into that. A headphone jack. Here's like the classic, how you can sort of tag team with your friends. You can connect these together, which is cool. On-off button here. Yeah, there's no juice in here, so I guess it's fully battery powered. Volume dial there, and then I'm not sure what this little button here is. I'll have to check that out. Remove protective film screen. Okay, so that comes off. That, ooh, that looks nice. Yeah, there's a bit of a close-up of the device. A/B buttons. They're clicky and a little bit squishy, a little bit of a wobble give there. Select start. This is solid. This is not wobbly at all. Much more clicky, but still kind of that squishy. I mean, it feels very much Game Boy Color, which is fantastic. I think this is like a little IR blaster. I don't remember what all came on the Game Boy Color, but let's see what else we have here in the box. All right, so it comes with classic Tetris, which is cool. We'll get that booted up here in a second. And then you do get batteries as well. Mod Retro, alkaline. Let's go ahead and open this really quick. All right, man, this is a classic feeling here. So these are they all go the same direction. It all just feels like tight and solid. All right, let's go ahead and get Tetris loaded in here. Ooh, classic feeling there. Turn it on. Oh, buddy. Probably get copyright strike for this. You can kind of see, the bezels here, what you're working with. As far as I know, it's like true to the original screen size of Game Boy Color. Man, it's so bright and vibrant. What does Ooh, okay, so this is like a menu setting. You can see your power here and your batteries, your brightness, silent mode. Ooh, that's nice. So if you accidentally scroll on this, it won't matter because you have silent mode on. Brightness, how do I? Okay, A makes it brighter, B makes it dimmer. That's nice. All right, frame blend, streaming, raw color, corrected color, classic transition, smooth transition, low battery, always show, blink, hide. Controls allow all directions, ignore diagonals is an option. Interesting. Brightness, menu plus right or left on the D-pad. Okay, so you, I guess, hold down this menu button and right or left on D-pad. Reset emulation, menu plus A, plus B, plus start, plus select. So all of the buttons. All right. Palette, your game does not support color palettes. That's interesting. I'm not really sure what that means. All right, let's check this out. All right, my name is gonna be Spin. Then you can choose a little icon. Ooh, I wanna be a leaf. Done. Marathon, ultra, sprint, endless. Let's do a sprint. I don't even know what I'm looking at. All right, here we go. We're gonna load this up here. Boop, boop. How do you, oh, there we go. And then I think you can, here we go. Boop. I just wanna get one, you know? Drop you there. There we go. Got one line. All right, pause. I don't know much about, forgive me, I'm not a huge gamer, obviously. All right, so let's see. If I turn this off, okay, that's so like solid, almost a little too solid. Let's pop out Tetris here. I'll put it up there for look-sees. And we will come in here and open up this game. Let's see. Yeah, so from what I can tell, they're continuing to make games that go along with this that can be played in a Game Boy Color. Like if you have an actual Game Boy Color, you can play those games in there. Don't quote me on that. Let's see what this looks like. Cool. All right, classic. Oh, it comes with a little keychain thingy. So maybe every game does, which is pretty cool. Prologue, getting started. Oh, cool, you can read about the backstory. This is cool, man. It's kind of given a little bit of Metroid vibes. D-pad control Leviathan. Okay, it must be our character. This is flight. Okay, fire lasers. All right, you know what? Let's check it out. Let's get it booted up here. You know, for funsies, let's go ahead and add, what are these called? What are these called? Why am I like totally blanking? Charms, so everyone can know which game I'm playing right now. I love that it's like a see-through cartridge. That's cool. All right, let's do this thing. Mod Retro. So loud. Our mission was to investigate a distress beacon on a cruiser-class starship in the Rigel system. In the Dark 2. Yeah, look, Parasitic Games 2024. Gumpy function. Story mode, free play mode, challenge mode, options. So what I want to check here, so if I click and hold, okay, yeah, look, if you click and hold and use the right arrow, left arrow, it brightens, dims. I will say I love like the pixelation here. It feels like a legitimate Game Boy Color screen. Obviously that's backlit. All right, here we go. Some actual gameplay. So just kind of walking around right now. This might be more of like a Cadet Mandela. Do we have an issue? Move out of the way. You need to turn all the lights off. Select a light with the cursor and switch its state by pressing the A button. I love how in old school games, they would be like, press the A button. Like it was like this fourth wall, like understanding what it was. Like new games will just be like, they'll just like say it on screen, but in old games like this, they would say, like the character would say like, hit the B button to XYZ. Just funny. All right, there we go. To undo a single move, press the B button. Cool, I did it. I opened the door. At this rate, you'll never replace Taxon. I expect more of my crew cadet. I have a feeling they're gonna grow closer together. Ooh, I'm on a weird planet. This is dope. I like this. That's gonna do it. Let's turn this thing off. I don't know how you like save. I can't hit start. Like I wonder what happens if I turn it off. Like is this gonna be legit Game Boy? Game data loaded. Okay. Oh, look at that. Okay. Oh, look, save. Save and continue, save and quit. Man, this is cool. This is super cool, man. And you know, in this world of like playing retro games and ROMs and stuff, it's become so like new and like the screens are like perfect and stuff. And it's kind of cool that they've kept like a lot of the classic stuff in here. Even like the form factor, even the batteries being like AA batteries, just there's a lot of like nostalgia that I think you kind of lose when you play Miu Minis and stuff like that, because it is just so easy to boot it up and play and pause and stuff. And I think there's some aspects here that they've decided intentionally to keep or reinstate into the handheld community that really throws it back. I think the experience of using something, not just the game, but the experience of using it in your hand, certain little quirks and controls and things like that really add to the nostalgia of it. So I love what they've done here. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. But anyway, special thanks to Ben for sending this out. You're not the sponsor, Ben, but man, I'm really excited. I'm gonna be playing this on the couch. Probably take it to the beach with me as well, just to play this after the kids go down. And I don't know, let my kids play it too. They might like Tetris, I have no idea. So we'll see. But thanks so much for watching. On this channel, we talk about products that marry form and function. We like products that improve our lives and look good while doing so. So if that sounds cool to you and you're new here, please consider subscribing. I will also say I have a second brand called Form and Function, and we are actually starting up a quarterly magazine, which you can subscribe to. And we're going to be interviewing founders throughout the quarter, weekly on our newsletter, and then bottling that all up, making it look really nice into a nice quarterly magazine, coffee table book style, great materials. We want the magazine to match the quality of the products that we talk about inside of it. So if that sounds cool to you, just check out formfunction.co, subscribe to the newsletter there, and you'll be the first to hear about when the first issue drops. Should be around mid-July. That's our hope for all of Q2's founders that we interviewed. So yeah, that team has been really fun to work with. We're really excited about that project, and I'd love for you to subscribe, or at least subscribe to the free newsletter to check out what that's all about. So that's gonna do it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. Like I said, like it if you enjoyed, hype it up if you would, watch that video next. I think you're gonna love it, and we'll see you all in the next one.